everyone, my name is Nicolette Maggiolo.
I'm Pierce Lark.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Emily Burgess.
And we are registered dietitians for Home Base, a partnership of the Red Sox Foundation and Mass General Hospital.
Our goal at Home Base is to provide customized, evidence-based nutrition education, support, and guidance to our veterans, their family members, and to the rest of Home Base Nation.
We're excited to share exclusive content and our love of nutrition with you. Thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone, it is Ryan Morrison, one of the dietitians at Home Base. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to read and understand the nutrition fact label. So many of us have probably seen the nutrition fact label on the back of packaged foods and may be curious of what those numbers mean. We will go into detail what is listed on the label, as well as deciphering what nutrients are beneficial for our health and which nutrients we want to keep to a minimum. The first part of the nutrition fact label is the servings per container and the serving size. Now, the serving size is not a recommendation of how much you should eat or drink. It usually is a reflection of the amount a person typically eats or drinks of that particular product. Now, for this example, a serving size is 2/3 cups and the amount of servings per container is 8, as you see in the red box above. So this means if someone was to eat this entire box of food, you would need to multiply the nutrients and calories below by 8, the number of servings per container. That would be a whopping 1,840 calories. Now, some food manufacturers may provide another column to indicate the amount of calories and nutrients per package, so no math involved. It is important to pay attention to calories to help with preventing weight gain. The equation to achieve and maintain a healthy weight is balancing the number of calories you eat versus the number of calories your body uses. This number is different for everyone because it is dependent on many factors like age, height, weight, lean body mass, and can also vary day to day depending on one's physical activity. Next on the nutrition fact label is total fat. Each gram of fat provides 9 calories. Underneath that will be listed saturated fat and trans fat. Now these are classified as unhealthy fats because they increase the amount of harmful cholesterol in our body, which can increase our cardiovascular risk for heart disease, hypertension, and heart attacks. Based on a 2,000 calorie diet, we want to keep our saturated fat less than 20 grams or less than 10% of total calories per day. And we want to keep trans fats to 0 grams a day. Now, there are healthy fats that are not required to be labeled, called monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. These fats help lower our harmful cholesterol and increase our good cholesterol in our blood. As you see in the diagram, there is listed 8 grams of total fat, with only 1 gram of saturated fat and 0 grams of trans fat, which is excellent. This means that 7 grams of fat in this product is either monounsaturated fat or polyunsaturated fat, the healthier fats. Moving down on the label is cholesterol and sodium, otherwise known as salt. For these nutrients, we want to aim to get less of to help limit our risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, as well as kidney disease and strokes. According to the Dietary Guidelines of Americans, recommendations for dietary intake of cholesterol is to keep intakes as low as possible. Foods that are higher in dietary cholesterol are generally higher in saturated fat, which we mentioned earlier is an unhealthy fat. For sodium, the upper limit is less than 2,300 milligrams per day, which is equal to about only 1 teaspoon of salt. Foods that have higher amounts of sodium are breads, pizza, cheese, deli meats, canned soups, and condiments. In our example, we have 0 milligrams of cholesterol, which is excellent, and 160 milligrams of sodium, which is also relatively low. Total carbohydrate is the next nutrient. This number may be important for those that are diabetic and focus on carbohydrate counting. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose or blood sugar in our body, which is the primary source of energy. There are 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate. The next nutrient that contributes to the total amount of carbohydrates is fiber. Fiber is a nutrient of public health concern due to the fact the majority of Americans do not get the recommended amount of dietary fiber, which is 28 grams per day. Fiber can be found naturally in beans, peas, fruits, nuts or seeds, vegetables, and whole grains. Fiber is not absorbed by the body, therefore does not contribute to the total amount of calories. Fiber has many health benefits for preventing chronic disease. For example, fiber interferes with absorption of fat and cholesterol, which in turn can help lower our cholesterol levels. It can also slow digestion of carbohydrates, helping prevent rapid rises in our blood sugar. Lastly, it helps make us feel full, which may lower our caloric intake for the day and help with maintaining a healthy weight. What I'm saying is the more fiber, the better. In this product, we have 4 grams of fiber per serving, which is 14% of our daily recommended amounts of 28 grams per day. Total sugar and added sugar is the next nutrients on the label. Sugars are the smallest and simplest type of carbohydrate, making it easy to be digested and absorbed in our body. Sugars are naturally present in many food items from milk to fruit, and there is no established limit for total sugars per day. On the other hand, added sugars are added during the processing and preparation of the product to sweeten, preserve, and/or improve the texture, body, color of the product. This can include items with sweeteners like table sugar, as well as syrups, honey, and sugars from concentrated fruit or vegetable juices. Current recommendations for added sugar is 10% of total calories per day, or 50 grams per day of added sugar based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Most Americans exceed this amount of added sugar in the diet in forms of beverages, baked foods, desserts, and sweets. In our example, there's 12 grams of total amount of carbohydrates that are sugars in this product. More importantly, of those 12 grams of sugars, 10 grams are added sugars, or 20% of our daily limit of 50 grams per day, which is slightly concerning. Last on the list is protein, which is found from both plants and animals, primarily found in beans, peas, soy products, dairy products, eggs, nuts and seeds, seafood, meat, chicken, and smaller amounts in whole grains and vegetables. There are 4 calories per gram of protein. In our body, it is responsible to help build and repair cells and body tissues, as well as growth and development, especially during childhood, adolescence, and pregnancy. Current scientific evidence indicates that protein intake is not a public health concern for adults and children over 4 years old in the U.S. The dietary guidelines for Americans recommend eating a variety of protein foods from plant and animal sources. They state there is evidence that diets lower in meats and processed meats are associated with reduced risk of developing cardiovascular disease in adults. In our example, we have 3 grams of protein per serving. The last part of the nutrition fact label are the vitamins and minerals. There are 14 minerals and 14 types of vitamins. The nutrients that are a public health concern due to Americans not getting recommended amounts are vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium, which are required to be listed on the label. However, this does not mean the product does not contain other nutrients. In conclusion, remember when choosing among different brands of similar products, use the nutrition fact labels to help compare the nutritional content to choose foods with more fiber and healthful nutrients and less saturated fat and trans fat, sodium, cholesterol, and added sugar. Thank you for listening. Again, this is Ryan Morrison, dietitian for Home Base. Hope you all enjoyed the presentation. See you next time.
If you have questions about nutrition services at Home Base, please reach out to us. Visit our website at www.homebase.org/nutrition and submit a question under Ask the Dietitian. For recipe inspiration, scroll down and check out our recipe library. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please share our content with your family and friends, and don't forget to follow us on social media at Home Base Program.